Well, hello my glitter unicorns, welcome to a new series that is going to be Prison Architect 101. So everything you are going to need of Prison Architect to know and to do whatever you please is going to be in here. So if you want to become a master architect, make sure you keep on watching. Today's subject is going to be cells. All kind of cells. Tiny, big ones, luxury, low income and whatever it costs. So let's get started with this. This is the cells that I prepare for you. These exactly are the cells that are how you call it, pre-built here. Like if you are going here in quick build and you are just getting for basic cell, solitary cell, luxury cell and shared cell. These are two of them. This is the dormitory one already built and this is the normal cell. So this cell, it's only going to hold one prisoner. For this cell to work, you need to make 1, 2, 3 by 2, 3 by 2 space, and it has to have a toilet and a bed, and it needs to be enclosed. So that means you need to put walls. You cannot put it in the outside. You cannot just build it by fencing it. You need to do it like in the inside. So you need to put a foundation in it before you do anything else, and also put a jail door. So that will be the work. Okay, this is a really interesting part of the stuff is. So, this is the dormitory. The dormitory is different of the cell. It can hold more than one prisoner at a time. Even if you put several beds in one cell, it doesn't matter, squirrel friends, it only going to hold one prisoner. But the dormitory will hold actually more prisoners. So, let's start with this. Each prisoner in a dormitory needs 4 tiles. So each 4 tiles of space, you can handle 1 prisoner. So that means you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1 prisoner, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another prisoner, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 prisoners. So this dormitory actually holds 3 prisoners, and instead of putting 3 beds, as you can see, you can put bunk beds that actually allows 2 prisoners to sleep for these 2 tiles. So that's really useful, as you can see. Also, it needs to be enclosed, so doesn't need to be outside. Needs to have a jail door and a toilet. Next in the list is a holding cell. The holding cell is how I normally build it in, because this is really important for the first spot. If you are doing the first times in the prison, you need to have a holding cell just to complete some grants and you can get some money. I'm working now in a sandbox, so I can spend how much as I want and it will not be a big deal of a deal simply bill. So it's the same. For the holding cell, normally you only need a toilet and a bench, and that should be the same. Also, it needs to be enclosed and and that's everything, and has a jail door so the people can get in and out. But that doesn't matter. With the new expansion, with the thermic stuffy, you need to have how you call it, a radiator that will radiate hot water. Also, I put some bunker beds in case I can assign my prisoners, because the prisoners are going to arrive here before they can get assigned to a dormitory or a cell. So this is the first step they are going to be in case you don't have a cell available for them. So I just put some beds, a toilet and a sprinkler in case some pyromaniac decided to come in here. Don't mind all my red numbers. Okay, now we have 2 different kind of luxury cells. Like as you can see, this luxury cell has everything, but this is in the pre-build. So this is in a quick build. This is exactly the luxury cell, blah blah blah. So this is exactly stuff that you are going to come by. It's a little bit more expensive because, as you can see, because an office desk, a TV and stuff like that. But I went over the top with this, you know how I goes. And I put an extra window, I put a radiator because I'm playing with the extra thermic thingy stuffy. I put a toilet and a door for the bathroom and a little shower thingy that could be amazing. If you don't put a drain, the only part that is going to be bad, if they have a radio or a TV, they're going to start getting ruined just for the water, so you need to have a drain. And if you put the drain right next to the place where it's going to stop like going out, so this will stop. So this part will float, but the rest not. So this is all about the luxury. So I will explain the difference between in a while. Now, once you have the lawyer into bureaucracy, this little guy in here, bureaucracy, let me click it, and you have the legal one, you can approve smaller cells. So the smaller cell, what it will do is that it's going to be a space but 4 by 4 instead. That doesn't matter the size of the prisoners that you have. That will make the prisoners really unhappy, but you will save a lot of space and you can put more prisoners in it. And it should be fine, girl. So that's how it works. Oh, sorry about that, that was loud. And that's everything you need to know. It's exactly the same as a cell. So it only has a space for a bed and a toilet, and that should be all. Poor little fella is going to be in there. Also, this is another different one. This is the family cell square, friends. So the family cells is if you're playing with the female prisoners that I'm playing right now, you can build this. This that will make is that the prisoners with a baby to get inside here and live together and happily ever after. For this one, you will need a toilet, a shower head, of course the drains, the bed, and a crib. That should be all. Of course, it needs to be enclosed like all the other prisons. Well, not prison cells. And that should be anything you need. That's pretty. I will explain all this stuff later. Okay, this is the basic solitary cell that I do, that I don't care these bitches if they die of starve or whatever. They only have one little square to get in, so this is literally everything they need. You just need a solitary door, or actually it can work any kind of door that the prisoners cannot open at will. So that should work. And this is the already planned solitary door. So these actually guys went a little bit farther and they put a toilet in here and then they just gave a little square for it. So it's not much of a difference for me, but I guess these bitches don't need anything else. Okay, let me just go to logistics and explain something really fast. So if you're going to room quality, as you can see, this cell is 0, like it has nothing, like it doesn't have size, stuff and anything, so it's really sad because it doesn't have the quality of the cell. The higher the quality of the cell, the happiest the prisoner is going to be, and as happy as the prisoner is going to be, then it's going to cause less trouble. So that's really a thing you can take on mind, because that will make your life easier in here. Also, as you can see, this little plan that I make, little thing, it has everything they need. It's 16 squares available for one prisoner. It has everything they need and everything's so freaking happy. And as you can see, this one is like, at least is 6 squares, so it has something. It has 1 out of 3, and the dormitory has nothing, because it doesn't have enough space and enough items to make everything happy. Normally these dorms that I built, I just put a chair, a TV and a radio and the radiator and a bookshelf, and that increased up to 5, and that's amazing because the prisoners are way more happy that way. So once we cover all this, let me give you some tips and tricks so the prisoners don't escape. So the first thing you want to do is don't put the prison cells really close to your border. If you're putting the cells, they have just little space to dig through, get out. So that's really bad, squirrel friends. So you ideally in your map, you want to put it in the middle or far away from the borders. Yep, you got me. Okie dokie. So next thing you want to do is to put everything close to your cells in concrete tiles. If you're going to materials and you're going to concrete tiles, are these little cute fuckers. And if you put it there, they are not going to prevent the prisoners to make a tunnel, but they will make it slower. So if you put everything surrounding your prisoners into this one, your patrols will have more time to discover the tunnels. That's really important to do and figure it out. Another thing you want to know about tunnels is that the dog patrols not always identifies the tunnels, and if they identify the tunnels, you still need to research which cell has trouble. So you need to start looking into the toilets, girl. Yeah, I don't know why the people start digging into their toilets, but they are doing it, so that's not pretty nice, squirrel friends. But you make sure you check the toilets frequently, because that way you will prevent people from escape. As you can see here, or maybe not because it's super dark, I will just light it up a little bit for you. This one is a perimeter fence, and this is just a fence. It's a little difference between this one. The fence is really cheap and the perimeter wall is really expensive. But the perimeter wall, what it does is that it's made out of concrete, so it takes longer for the prisoners to escape even through this. So what I like to do is when I go to deployments and a dog patrol, I like to put a dog patrol across the perimeter of the prison, entire prisons. So as you can see, this is the perimeter wall and this is the fence that I put. So what I will do is just to put like here, well, if I can see properly, yes, I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. Just put the perimeter of the dogs so the dogs can just walk through here, and when they are walking through here, they are going to put little yellow flags into our prison, and that will make everyone so freaking happy. Because once the dogs discover a little tunnel, that is not always the case, sometimes they make mistakes, sorry dogs, but you do. they will find it, and it's better to start searching the cells before anyone escape, and that will make your life way easier. So, another thing you want to do about escaping is if you're going to utilities. As you can see, it's very complex, the prison that I have. But you have three different kinds, actually. The hot water pipe that is going to connect to the radiators and stuff like the showers, so making prisoners more happy. And also the small normal pipes and the large water pipes. So, you want to put these little fuckers, the big water pipes, as far as the prisons as they go, and you want to make sure that the main one is like really close, so they don't escape, because once they start digging, if they go into a pipe, they will just go anywhere they please as long as they are connected into this water system. They cannot do it with the small pipes, only with the big pipes, or this one, the hot waters, they doesn't mess with those also. Another thing I want to catch on? No, I think that's all. And the last thing you want to know. So, like this cell is holding 3 prisoners, so that means here the prisoners is going to be 3. But right now we have 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We can hold up to 9 prisoners according to these. And that's lovely. The other thing you want to know is that the family cell and the solitary cells, they don't increment the capacity of your prison. So even if you build a ton of family cells, that's going to say like 0. You have no space for prisoners. So that's really sad. But should be okay. So I guess I cover everything referring to cells. If you want to know anything else about cells, just make sure you click the like button and subscribe. Also leave a comment with your doubts. I will gladly answer it, because even if I'm not an advanced architect, I know some stuff that, because I've been reading the wiki, and it's a little bit complicated. So remember, keep your prisoners happy, well fed, and you should do ready to go. So I hope to see you in the next episode. Ciao! Square friends, I forgot to tell you something else. Okay, I've been reading all these commentary and I have this trouble too for some time, Square friend. Let me just tell you, because it was really complicated to solve it out. So, sometimes when you are building your prison, you will get a weird message that this, well, it doesn't matter which one, only the cells show it, that any of the cells have no access to a canteen, and it doesn't matter if you already built the canteen. The thing is that the prisoner is not safe. What I mean with not safe. So for example, if you are like this, that we are in close of this, but thankfully I'm in a sandbox, so who cares? Let's just demolish walls. So if you do like this and you create a gap, as you can see, now the prison is not safe. So because the prison is not safe, this message will appear. There are no nurseries accessibility for this family cell. So that is because we don't have the nursery. And this one will have like, oh, there are no canteens available, but the canteen is here. And this one is, there is no cell assigned to this one. And the prisoners are not going to be able to get out of their cells or the canteen if they are there, if you have this little weird stuff. But the only way to solve it is to make sure that your prison is completely safe. Like you put the fence, and I will put back again my perimeter wall. But as I told you, I was in a sandbox one, so it's going to build automatically. This message will disappear. So if you are receiving this message, just get a look right well, girl, because you probably are fucking it up with the safetiness of your prison. So, thank you. Well, hello, squirrel friend. When one video ends, just open up another one. It's called page viewing. Go ahead. I support